RTS goes for the R2. You about to be in a montage, bro. SunlightBlade top 10 comebacks.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the countdown. Hey, before we jump into the show, here's the first topic for Demon Souls. Top 10 invasions, you heard it here first. Very broad topic, so get involved guys. Best invasion moments, funniest moments, strangest moments, all those count. So send your clips to top10souls@gmail.com and I'll try and get a Demon Souls veteran to help me go through the submissions. Just know I am working on a very special Demon Souls playthrough as well. As for today, we have top 10 comebacks, expanded to the other FromSoft games. We have some really great clips people have sent in. I'm excited to see them, but before that, I put together this little skit.
Wow! So, this is the internet! Cool!
It is cool, but have you thought about the potential dangers? Things aren't always as they seem, young lady. Take a closer look and you'll realise this innocent looking chair is an invader. This big statue? Invader. This floaty thing? Invader. What do you have to say about that?
These spies could be doing me harm. You have no idea what people really want online. All the major corporations, SPs, and governments can keep track of my data without me knowing. It really gives me conniptions.
So thank you to Surfshark for sponsoring this episode. It is an app and browser extension that basically lets you place your laptop or phone anywhere in the world and lets you access the internet as if you were in that country. This means you can access content that is normally inaccessible for your region. For example, I personally watch most of my content on Amazon Prime. Like for Halloween this year, I wanted to watch some good horror films like Cabin in the Woods and Hereditary, but I wasn't able to because of my region. Using Surfshark though, all I had to do is connect to a US location, refresh the page, and there we go, I can watch it now. It can also be important to consider a VPN when protecting yourself online. It just gives you an extra layer of security by encrypting your data, hiding your IP address, and keeping your location more of a secret, therefore making it harder for companies and marketers to track you. Best of all, Surfshark is the only VPN service that lets you use one account with an unlimited number of your devices. Use the code SUNLIGHT to get 84% off and an extra 4 months free. Surfshark offers a 30-day money-back guarantee, so there's no risk to try it out for yourself. Links in the description below.
Thank you, Surfshark!
Diving into number 10 is ichimarujin as a mage hybrid using the pyromancies and sorceries in an Ulasil Township duel. He's starting with a katana, but they both end up swapping to long-range spears and halberds as the fight gets underway. He just gets backstabbed there for a second time, meaning next hit kills him. These desperate times call for a ring swap. Bellowing Dragon Crest combined with the Crown of Dusk boosts his sorcery. So when he pulled off the parry, he didn't bother riposting. He just let rip with the Dark Beat, proving that no matter how bad it looks, the fight's never over till it's over. Adam Hogan runs into a wall at number 9. He's on New Game Plus 2, trying to battle Havel the Rock, but failing because Havel's physical defenses are off the scale. Sod's Law dictates this would be the perfect time for Invader to swing by, or Murphy's Law, think they mean the same thing. Essentially anything that can go wrong will go wrong. His opponent is not only ganking him now, but he's dual wielding Sellsword Twin Blades buffed with Darkmoon Blade, and we all know how deadly that combination can be. As you'd expect, his health is shredded to almost zero multiple times. He does manage to use a giant seed to make the level enemies hostile to invaders, but in this case it's interesting, Havel will damage the invader but won't prioritize him, won't focus on him, he's still focused on crushing Adam. So all the invader needs to do really is not get in the way. Eventually, it's not looking good, he has to cut his losses and run for the hills. Or the ladder, in this case, and up comes the first major butt clench of the set. Gravity beats rock and takes care of Havel. If you listen closely though, you'll hear the invader get in the way of one of his swings just before he goes down the ladder. And ends up dying to a flashy one-handed R1 with the Black Knight Great Axe slam dunking the invader as he runs by. Number 8 is a crazy challenge run by LazyMan89. He's on New Game Plus 5 with no Kuro's charm, meaning the difficulty is about as hard as it can be. And he's not healing at all. The Owl Father is the boss he's on currently in the Hidden Temple, and don't worry, I'll skip through and highlight the important parts. I know watching boss fights can be slightly repetitive sometimes, but this one's worth it. To cement this as an official comeback, he actually straight up dies first of all. So, of course, Sekiro's resurrection ability comes in very handy here for the attempted revenge. Moving on from that, the fight goes well for a few minutes until this happens due to a crucial dodge mistake. Okay, so this is now a situation in which he has 1 health left and is not allowed to heal due to his self-imposed restrictions, so any single mistake will cost him the fight. You therefore might expect him to play it really safe, but instead he immediately starts going for ballsy parries. On top of that, of course, the boss uses his summoned owl to teleport and throw fire projectiles, and all in all, there's a lot of large area of effect attacks that Lazy Man needs to avoid.
Defeated by my own son.
The Revamped has brought us some Dark Souls 2. Initially, he only spots a Sombro, but it turns out to be a bit of a bait, as the host was hiding around the corner with a second NPC summon ready to ambush. Understandably, this invader decides to retreat, knowing he's outmatched and outnumbered. The big lesson of this countdown is to never give up. Even though he's outnumbered, he still tries, and he sends out a poison mist anyway. And this ends up being the crucial step that changes everything. The host heals through part of it, but runs out of Estus on the second soul arrow. Dying alone, but surrounded by his allies. What a delightful twist. Dangerous Gaming invades into a host world in the Irithyll Pontiff area, and surprise surprise, he finds a group of summons with the host, finishing off an earlier invader. To give him credit, he tries to take them head on, but quickly has to accept that won't lead to any favourable outcomes. Now I actually give him more credit for having a type of backup plan. You can see he's aiming to make something wild happen with his Force Miracles. But nothing's working out yet, and the trio are doing a great job keeping up the pressure and throwing lightning spears whenever he tries to heal. All he's managed to do really is heal up and replenish his focus points. Let's see if he can make anything happen now. Look at his health, look at the gankers. These are the moments you just love to see. Number 5 really interested me. It's from Luna Adherent, and it brings up the question: what do you do when you're matched with a playstyle that completely cancels you out? Luna Adherent is rocking a Dark Chaos build, and already this is a problem, because his opponent is trying very hard to win and wearing the combination of highest Dark and Fire resistance armor. But aside from that, it's so obvious that his playstyle throws Luna Adherent off completely. It's very aggressive, using relentless pressure with the Murky Hand Scythe, with a Dark Blade buff on it, constantly running him down and dodging through all of his counterattacks. It really becomes clear this player isn't here to lose when he takes minimal damage and still runs to the side to use a projected heal. This is one of the more extreme playstyles, and perhaps he was caught off guard because Luna Adherent finds all his victory conditions cut away. His opponent even uses Flash Sweat and eats a red bug pellet to cancel out all of his chaos and fire damage. He rebuffs his scythe when he tries a dual charm to remove it, and re-heals multiple times throughout the fight. The action peaks as he gets caught in a vicious combo and loses his Tears of Denial. Luna Adherent admitted in his email he felt his opponent had been better than him, so it's fantastic to see such an amazing turnaround off the back of one parry at 1 HP. Guilty Zygorin is invading on a 138 build in the Grand Archives. and it takes him a while to find his opponents because they haven't even walked inside yet. Now for his build, it's a weird one. Crucifix of the Mad King main weapon, Morian Blade in the offhand, Red Tearstone Ring and a high faith level. Those are all key items to a build with hyper mode potential, but it's going to be interesting to see how he manages against 2 other players. Now make that 3 other players. Wow, so the Crucifix of the Mad King spawned the Vexation attack, 1 out of 3 chance, and as he died, the Vexation exploded soon afterwards, obliterating the host and summons. One of them survived with a literal pixel of life, but regardless, I would still say that was an absolute masterpiece. At number 3, we have the main, introducing a brand new minigame to the channel. It's a classic event called Guerrilla Warfare, wherein there are 2 teams. A host with 2 summons invites 3 invaders into their world, who are then allowed a head start to set up an ambush before the host team comes hunting. In this case, the main only has 1 other invader partner. He tries to loop overhead for an aerial attack to rescue his teammate, but the host team is closing in. They get split up and eventually Helena, his teammate, dies, which leads us to the most amazing part of this invasion, high above the treacherous walkways of Sen's Fortress. So, how did he survive that? Well, as soon as he was backstabbed with the Hornet Ring, he knew he'd fall to his death. So he instantly equipped the Giant's armor to force mid-roll speed with the additional weight. When using mid-roll, it's possible to roll through fall damage with perfect timing. It's actually possible with other roll speeds too, as you might remember from the elevator episode, but much more difficult. However, the host team is on a rampage, kamikaze plunging from above, one after the other. It's actually very lucky that the main didn't unequip his chest piece before these attacks landed. The tables really turned there, as the main became the hunter instead of the hunted.
Whoa! What was that?
We even get a nice bit of his perspective as the host was streaming these rounds.
Oh, just get off the damn stairs, dude.
Number 2 is something we've never seen before, which is normally my favourite part of running the series. I absolutely love seeing new things from the community. Andrew is attempting to use an actual electric guitar to kill Udex Gundyr. For this to work, he converted his guitar signal into MIDI using some plugins and then used software to convert that MIDI into keystrokes, which allowed him to control the game with his guitar.
Oh, a grab attack. Well, that's uncommon.
He told me that he even mapped different actions to different notes from the G minor pentatonic scale in an attempt to make it somewhat musical and fun to listen to. Also because the Udex Gundyr theme is in the key of G minor, so it would sound somewhat on brand.
What? No, don't do that.
I don't need to tell you how ridiculous this is. You can see by the sheer numbers of death attempts that it's a ridiculous challenge.
Partial.
So you'll notice he really relies on parrying because he basically has no mobility. He cannot dodge roll, which makes a lot of this seem down to chance essentially, but I think that just makes it even more exciting.
No! What am I to do there? I mean, move, I guess. I don't think I can move fast enough.
On a serious note, staying right under him is a legit strat, and it's working really well so far.
Okay, that's fine.
I love how he has to keep playing the same note just to keep his character blocking.
Come on, come on. Yes! Yes! How do you like these fingers, bruh? How do you like these fingers?
I have to say, you are insanely gifted, man. That was one of the jazziest, stylish, and tasteful kills I've ever seen in these games. And a crazy comeback with multiple near-death experiences and of course a whole slew of previous failed attempts to overcome. I think this is a really unique way of doing things. I'm sure you'll agree. The first place spot is definitely one to just sit back and soak in the chaos. It's one of those high-octane, intense invasions, this time from Dark Matter II, invading in the untended graves. Strap in, seriously this one will get your juices pumping. Dark Matter's on a pyromancy build with a crossbow, and by the way that musical rave in the background is something he added so you can tell he's having a great time. There's a moment where he almost pulls off the same Black Flame combo on the host, but fails with just a pixel of life left, which leaves him almost at death's door also, because of course the Dark Moon's not going to leave him alone. First of all, another Dark Moon is summoned in, reframing the fight back into a 3v1. The first Dark Moon overestimates his new advantage and overextends, dying to this amazing Black Flame combo. Almost dies to the Chaos Bed vestiges from the remaining Dark Moon. Keep in mind, he is getting his Estus replenished twice each time he defeats a Dark Moon, which is a great mechanic. The host then resummons his White Phantom, who was there at the beginning. Dark Matter has to retreat to try and break up the 3 players. Hilariously, to me anyway, he wipes out that same White Summon again with the same Black Flame combo. Don't worry, we'll have a total kill number for the end. The power of Black Flame should not be underestimated. It's working incredibly well here, taking out the remaining Dark Moon. For some reason, they don't seem to be able to adapt to this strategy. Shout out to the offhand crossbow. It's been instrumental in chipping away at the total health reserves of these players, slowly cutting down the host's Estus supplies. The host somehow gets insanely lucky with yet another Dark Moon being summoned in to help. On top of that, he then resummons the same poor White Phantom for the 3rd time, which means aside from running the host out of Estus, he's kinda back to square one, facing down a 3-player gank. He's burnt through his Ashen Estus, his normal Estus, his Sieg Brows, his blessings, all gone. Happy days though, because the White Phantom gets killed yet again, this time by running into a great Chaos Fire Orb. And that was very fortunate, because that gives him a few more Estus to play with. What a play! A surprise fist jab takes the Dark Moon completely by surprise. Finally out of all healing, and with no more friends. I could not have asked for a better ending. Congratulations to Dark Matter for putting on such a show and destroying 7 Phantoms in a single invasion. Right, I've got a way to wrap up this video nice and quick. Firstly, this top 10 series is stopping for now as we go full focus on Demon Souls. For the Demon Souls topic, it's top 10 invasions, so invade away. Secondly, I'm working on a full blind Demon Souls playthrough with co-op guests and stuff hopefully. You only get one first playthrough, so I'm trying to make it count. Thanks so much for watching and submitting. Appreciate it guys. See you next time.